Well, earlier, Wits SRC.
The SRC at Wits University says students will continue protesting.
There's a protest action at Wits University, not over just yet.
The president of Wits University's Student Representative Council, Apiwe Nyamana, has been suspended.
While the 2021-2022 SRC cohort finished their term with little to no protest action on campus, the current and outgoing Student Representative Council assumed office faced with the great task of serving a peaceful yet satisfactory term. My name is Otsile Swaratlhe, and this is the SRC Report. What was introduced to the student population and the Wits community at large as a representative council of 21 members now only has, unfortunately, 18 remaining with it. President Apiwe Nyamana, Club Societies and Student Governance Officer Solami Butelezi, together with supporting officer Lisa Sabaka, have unfortunately been suspended. This came following the hashtag Wits shutdown, which took place early on in the year in March, where the SRC embarked on a number of protests meant to address the students' financial and accommodation issues. Looking at the collective and individual manifestos of the members that are now bearing office, one might say some demands and aims are a bit too questionable and others very much so attainable. Starting with financial exclusion. The SRC was faced with the mountainous task of raising 33 million rands to help students with previous debt to register for the year, and unfortunately were only able to raise 12.6 million. And that came as a result of a number of initiatives, events, and campaigns, such as the beer garden, the comedy night, the movie night, the entrepreneurship market, the cleanup campaign, which was meant towards the SRC Inclusion Fund. Moving on to student accommodation. One must take note of the WCCO's heavy presence in that arena with the hardship fund, which is meant for students that do not have a place to stay. However, this year the SRC played an additional role of securing a total of 300 beds from Daniel Properties meant for students that were sleeping in toilets and libraries. Not forgetting that NSFAS decided to introduce a 45,000 rands cap on accommodation. Nothing much has been done from the leadership side, as only statements and notations have been released. And this has been a consistent form of response by the student body, where even maintenance issues faced by Wits residents and other private accommodations, the SRC would just release a statement saying that they note the concerns raised. Now looking at financial aid. Financial aid continues to be the most consistent disruptor of the university's operations, with the expected protest or grievances from NSFAS students at the beginning of each year. Addressing that, the SRC has only done as much as taking note of the fact that 560 students have been defunded. But whether as to they have a plan for bringing them back, only they know. For the Funza Lushaka recipients, pressure has been put on the university to review the cap. For those on GCRA, only a statement of discontentment was released. And unfortunately, for those under the National Research Foundation Scholarship for Honors, it remains unknown. However, victory was secured for the disqualified recipients of the Postgraduate Merit Award, the PMA, which unfortunately only changed its conditions this year for qualifying students to attain an average of 75%, raising it from last year's 70%. The unfairness of this was attacked by the SRC current acting president and current deputy president in making sure that those who got a total of 70% and above are still covered by PMA, but not on the same conditions. Lastly, if there's a victory to be claimed by the representative council, it is definitely in terms of health and safety on campus. While there's constantly a tent for sex education and the testing of HIV/AIDS together with other STIs on the library lawns, the SRC finally delivered on their promise to introduce pet dispensers around campus to address period poverty. Moreover, there's also a bus. Yes, a bus for those students that prefer to study after hours that'll take them into Bram and surrounding areas. In conclusion, coming into this year's elections, it is for you to decide whether the SRC delivered or not. Furthermore, it is also for you to decide whether it is possible that they'll deliver on their promises for the coming year. For Wits Vuvuzela, I'm Otsile Swaratlhe.
Hule